Good evening, Timmies. As you know, the land of Tabor has many guns to offer, ranging from sniper rifles, SMGs, assault rifles, and LMGs. However, Tabor doesn't really like to balance these things out perfectly, as if you're not using an LMG or an assault rifle, chances are you're not going to win most gunfights. If you're like me, then you hate this because SMGs are cool. They're not shooting the biggest calibers, although with the right ammo types, like in Tarkov, they can be an extremely good weapon. And I'm not saying that SMGs should be good at medium to long range. No, I think short ranges they should be good, but in Tabor, again, they really just aren't. That leaves us with today's video being about the MP7 and how disappointing it is in Ghost of Tabor.
Where? I killed him. Heal. You're hit. I know you're hurt.
Now, to start off, why the MP7? Well, this gun, in my opinion, is the best SMG. You can argue that the P90 is better. I'm going to disagree on you with a multiple list of reasons, and the first one is customizability. Now, both guns aren't the best when it comes to this, but the P90, you can literally just put a sight and a suppressor on it. MP7, you can put a sight, suppressor, and a flashlight or a laser, actually, or both if you wanted. But the MP7 also has a drum with it, a 75 rounder, I believe, so that's a huge plus against the 50 rounds that you have in the P90. Anyways, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into the MP7 and the problems that it has, making it a weaker gun. As I showed you before, this gun is shooting 4.6 by 30mm, which, as it sounds, is a little bit smaller than the 5.7 round. The reason the 5.7 round is so good is because it's a tiny bullet, but it's moving extremely fast. Now, I have said this in my past 4 videos, I'm pretty sure, but size does not matter. I know. But instead, the speed is what the main determinator is for how much damage a bullet's going to do. Now, is this to say that the size of the projectile doesn't matter? No, but just know that just because the bullet is small does not mean it's not going to be doing damage. Anyways, with that out of the way, as you know, FMJ is extremely weak in this game. 4.6 FMJ is not going through much. I think it can go through a tier 4 a little bit, but it's not going to be going through an Alton and Collector Helmet, T6, none of that. I have not had my VR headset for a few days. I've got a lot of schoolwork, so I wasn't able to go into a raid and test this out. And there was also a hotfix pushed out the day I am recording this that tweaked the time to kill. So I don't know if this buffed the gun or nerfed it. I'm hoping that they buffed it. I'm not sure how much, but some of this footage might be a little bit inaccurate because of that. Anyways, you just saw the recoil test, and as you saw, it is not great. I don't know why, but this gun is not shooting big bullets, so it should not have that much recoil. In other games, I know it doesn't have this bad of a spread, but I mean, it's Tabor's gun balancing, so of course it's going to have a lot of recoil. I'd really like it if you had the option to remove the front grip and add your own. I think that would 100% help with the recoil, because having a good SMG is going to require no recoil, and 4.6 is not that big of a bullet. It's moving fast, but it's not a big bullet. It shouldn't have that much recoil. The next pet peeve I have with this gun is easily the worst, and like, Combat Officer Studios, what are we doing? The price of the MP7 by itself is $9,750. The G3 is $7,700. Anyone else see a problem with that? A fully automatic 7.62 by 51 battle rifle is $2,000 less than an SMG that can't even go through high tier armors. That's also not including attachments, which it's not very common to find an MP7 drum. I've probably found about 2 or 3, and I just sell them for money. And I think they cost upwards of $7,000, so that's double the price of the G3, but whatever, even though the G3 mags are 1.2K, I believe. Also, I believe both these guns are Spectre 4. The G3 could be 3, but even then, that's stupid. I think that G3 should be much higher than MP7, but it is what it is. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm treating this gun too harsh. Well, just look at this raid.
One of them. I just one-tap one of them. The lowest hit one.
With an MP7?
Shut up, bro.
Still.
Oh, there's a kid above me. They're so bad. They're so bad. I almost killed another one. The Alton is the only good guy. Oh shit, Ronan. Not even Alton. Ronan. I'm head tapping him.
Dead.
I'm hurt. I'm heavy bleed. I'm hurt. I'm healing.
One side.
Oh shit! I'm backing up for cover.
Another dead.
Ah! Just heal.
Dead.
Fuck, he hurts. Fuck, this guy's destroying my arm, but that's it. Always reloading. Yeah, I'm about to die to this kid with my arms. I'm going for your G3. I'm fed up with this gun. I cannot.
Is take the G3, take the Actually, I only really care about the G3 and the mags. If you can take the mags in the mag.
It's fine. This kid's already dead.
I definitely need the
mag.
mag.
Bro. I shoot one bullet. I pick up your G3, shoot one bullet, and it kills him. I'm telling you, bro. That guy would have been dead 10 minutes ago if it wasn't for my gun.
So as you just saw, the G3 is 100 times better than the MP7, and for some reason, the MP7 costs more. Great balancing, Combat Waffle Studios. Not sure what the thought process was behind it, but we like it. Also, if it's even worth talking about, obviously the M4, the Scar, Galil, all those guns are cheaper than the MP7 as well, and they perform much better. Now, as you're looking at these raids, I'm sure you're thinking, I don't know how this gun is terrible. You're killing every single person in your lobby. Yeah, it's because they're naked. I am not known to back away from fights. I basically never do it. Unless I know I am extremely underkitted and I have a little bit to lose. See, this raid, for example, I was running a T6, Gear Tech, MP7, and a Ronin. Now, the Ronin and the Gear Tech and the T6 are kind of important to me. Don't really care about the gun. I can just buy it back, not that expensive. But I actually care about my gear a little bit. So when I heard kitted people in my lobby, I wanted to run away. Because I knew that an MP7 is 100% not only not penetrating an Alton, but not winning a fight against a spear. Even with a rifle shooting 5.56 FMJ, I would still probably take that fight just because I know there's still a little bit of a chance that I'm going to kill this guy. But with the MP7, I mean, like, there's not even a chance. Once again, I want to reiterate, I have not played the new TTK system, Phase 1 or whatever they called it, but I have heard that it completely nerfed armor to the ground, so as I'm making this video, the MP7 might actually be good now, although its main flaw, which I think is the recoil, 100% will still stand. If they added an option to either just get rid of that front grip or be able to remove it, I think this gun could be a lot better. The fact that you can't put your own grip means there's going to be a lot of vertical recoil. Horizontal, it's perfectly fine, not even noticeable. But when you're shooting this gun past like 20 meters, it gets uncontrollable. Now, I understand that an SMG is not going to be the best gun in the game, obviously. But I do think that the balancing that Tabor has could 100% be changed at least a little bit. I would love to see one assault rifle be extremely good, one SMG be extremely good, one sniper, one DMR. Well, I guess there's not really DMRs, they just go under assault rifles. A sniper, whatever. I think there should be at least one gun of each category that is extremely good, and I feel like the only two weapon classes that are usable are the assault rifles and the LMGs. If you're using the X250, M249 is not terrible, but it's basically just an assault rifle. Leaving SMGs completely in the dust. The P90 and the MP7 are the only ones that I think are even close to being usable. The Chris Vectors are cool. 9mm, 10mm AP is not going through jack. And maybe you can argue that SMGs aren't meant to be used as full kit weapons. They're only meant to be mid kits. Well, that's just even shittier, because why would I spend almost 10 grand on an SMG that is terrible while I can just buy a $3,000 cheaper rifle that penetrates twice as much? I'm sorry this video was a little bit of just a rant session, but I really do wish that a lot of the guns in Tabor were more usable than they are. I know not every gun should be able to slam a full kit. I understand that, but some of the guns have so much potential, and Tabor just manages to twist them and make them awful. I'm hoping to see in the near future a little bit of a change, not necessarily to just this gun, but some SMGs to give them a bit of a buff, because right now, every raid I'm going into, I'm either seeing AK Alpha, AK5C, or a Spear. Well, that's not the only thing I see, but that's the only thing that actually puts up a decent fight. Anyways, if you made it this far, I have a Discord server where I will be making another one of the Tabor Evolution videos because it did so well last time. You guys loved it, so we're gonna make another one over the summer, which for me is like a week. So I don't know, that video will be out sometime within the next few weeks. I'm not exactly sure when, but I'm gonna put a poll up to let you guys vote on what you would want to see, like what gun type or whatever. So make sure you join that. Link will be in the description.
You're bitching over something you did.
No, I guarantee
you
Andrew,
decided to.
I go Spear next raid, nothing's gonna happen. I promise you.